Hi, I'm Chitra. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Bhanu Chitra. Today I'm going to make a British dessert. It is sticky toffee pudding. It's a warm pudding and its origin is from Scotland. It's a very easy dessert and it is basically a sponge cake and which is soaked in toffee sauce. And because it's a hot dessert, it's always served with vanilla custard or vanilla ice cream. Let's look at the ingredients first. I always tell in my baking videos that whenever we are baking something, we have to preheat our oven first at 350 Fahrenheit and also grease our pan. I have already greased a pan here. I'm making a large quantity here, so I have taken a big one. You can always divide it into portions if you want. I'll show, this is the baking tray I'm using. It's a rectangular kind tray and I'm not lining it with baking sheet or parchment paper because we have to add the toffee sauce into this cake and it will get soaked. So if we add any paper at the bottom, it will be soggy. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm not putting any parchment paper on the base. 250 grams of all-purpose flour, 250 grams of soft dates. I've chopped them into small pieces, 3 whole eggs, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of water, 150 grams of brown sugar, 150 grams of unsalted butter, and 2.5 teaspoon of instant coffee powder. For the toffee sauce, we need 125 grams of unsalted butter, 170 grams of brown sugar, 190 ml of heavy whipping cream or fresh cream, 1.5 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. In the hot water, we have to add the espresso powder. Mix it thoroughly so that there are no lumps. Yes, it's thoroughly mixed. Now this coffee solution we have to add to the dates so that the dates is completely soaked. We can set this aside. In another bowl, we can mix the dry ingredients. Have taken all-purpose flour. To this we can add 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda. Mix it thoroughly. In a big bowl, I added butter. Now I am adding the brown sugar. We have to mix this thoroughly, like it's in a creamy texture, not cream color. It will become a creamy texture. Now you can see that the texture has changed. There are no lumps also. It's like a creamy texture. This is what I meant. Now I've already cracked the eggs. We can add to this mixture one by one. Along with this, you can add the vanilla extract also. I'm adding around 1.5 to 2 teaspoons. Now mix thoroughly. Now we can add the second egg. Mix thoroughly. Tilt the bowl like this and mix it. I mix the second one. I'm adding the third egg also. Again, mix it thoroughly. I've mixed it thoroughly. Now we can add the dates and coffee mixture. This should be in room temperature when we add it to the mixture because there is egg in it. There are chance of curdling the eggs. Now I'm adding this to the mixture. Half a teaspoon of salt. I'm adding that. Mix it thoroughly again. We can add this to the mixing bowl. Whenever you add this to coffee mixture to the egg mixture, there are chance of slight that the butter, everything comes apart. So when we mix the flour, it will be fine. That's completely normal. I added the rest of the flour also. Just mix it thoroughly. Now when we added the flour, everything came together. Now we can add this mixture to the baking pan. I poured the batter on the baking sheet. Now I am leveling it with a spatula so that the batter will get equally distributed. Now we can bake this for 15 minutes. For making the toffee sauce, I've taken a saucepan. To this we can add butter, brown sugar and cream. I'm switching on the flame, and the flame should be in medium low. We can stir this thoroughly. Because it's a sauce, it should thicken. This is like a loose consistency now. It will boil and it will thicken. That time we have to remove this from the flame. This is for pouring on the cake when it is baked. The sauce is now boiling for 5 minutes. I switch off the burner and I removed the sauce to a wooden board. Now it's like a thin consistency when you look, but when it cools down it will become thick. To this now we can add 1.5 teaspoon of vanilla essence and salt also. That's just a pinch, not much. A pinch of salt. Mix thoroughly. Sticky toffee pudding is ready. I took it from the oven after 20 minutes. Now after it cool downs at least 10 minutes, we can pour this toffee sauce. A sponge is baked. It's been 10 minutes after I kept it out from the oven. Now the toffee sauce is also cooled down a bit. Now I've taken a skewer and I'm poking the surface of the pudding so that when we put the toffee sauce, it gets absorbed well into the sponge. I've poked the surface of the sponge. Now I'm adding the toffee sauce on the top of this. Today I'm adding the whole sauce. If you want, you can reserve at least half a cup for using as topping for the dessert. I poured the toffee sauce on the top of the sponge. Now it will get absorbed. You have to wait at least 1 hour for this. I'll show you after 1 hour. That time you can see like how the sponge is getting soaked in this toffee sauce. Usually when we make this pudding, we have to it is served hot. So if you want, you can refrigerate it, and also like whenever you want it, you can take it out of the refrigerator and microwave it and serve it hot. Because it's a warm dessert, it is always served with vanilla custard or vanilla ice cream. The sponge cake is sitting in the toffee sauce for around 1 hour. This is how it looks after 1 hour. Now it's ready to serve. I will show you how I'm going to serve this.